which is development of a decimal number in terms of powers of 10 and 1 over 10. In this session, we are going to talk about approximation and rounding of decimal numbers. What is the meaning of approximation? The approximation to the unity of a number is its whole part. Rounding, what is rounding? A rounding to the unit number is giving the whole number or integer that it's close to it. What do we mean by these two sentences? Let's discover. We said that to approximate a number to the unit, it means to give its whole number. To approximate a decimal number, we cut at the range indicated and ignore or drop the digits to the right. Example, if they told me to approximate 36.528 to the nearest hundredth, we cut the decimal number at the hundredth digit. If they asked me to approximate this decimal number, which is 36.52, to the nearest tenth, approximate, it means we cut the number at its 10th digit and we ignore the digits to the right. So in the first case we will get 36.52, in the second case we got 36.5. Here we cut the decimal number at the 100th digit because we approximated to the 100th digit, but here we approximated to the 10th. While rounding, what is rounding? To round a decimal number, first we approximate the range indicated. We approximated, so we cut the other digits to the right, and you have to pay attention. If the digit dropped is less than 5, 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, we keep the approximation as it is, so we call it rounding down. We don't add anything. If the digit dropped is greater than 5, 5 or equal, 5, greater or equal to 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we add 1 to the last digit of the approximation, and in this case we call it rounding up. Let's explain more. Now we are going to talk about a new topic, which is rounding a decimal number. What is the meaning of rounding of a decimal number? We know that 17.8, if you took a mark which is 17.8 in the test, you know that 17.8 is between 17 and 18. Okay, but it's closer to 18. So you can say that I took approximately 18 over 20. What did I do? I made rounding for this number. So rounding a number is finding its value to the nearest place value. Observe this number line. This is 17.8. Is it closer to 18 or to 17? To which whole number? It's closer to 18. So the rounding of 17.8 to the nearest ones is 18. Now let's make an application. Observe the following number line. Insert the decimals 29.8, 29.6, and 29.4 on the number line. This is 29, so here I have 29.1. Here I have 29.2, 29.3, 29.4, and we will have here 29.9, and I get 30. So let's place them. Okay, now fill in the table. These are the decimals, and I want to round them to the closest natural number, to the closest whole number. 29.8. Is it closer to 30 or to 29? It's closer to 30. Look at 29.6. Is it closer to 30 or to 29? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 to reach 30, but I have to go back 6 steps to reach 29, so it's closer to 30. While 29.4 is closer to 29 or 30. Look, here I have 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. But here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. So 29.4 is closer to 29. After knowing what is the meaning of rounding numbers, now let's learn how to round decimal numbers. To round a decimal number to a given digit, just like unit, tenth, hundred, and etc., we have to follow these steps. First step, underline the required digit. 2. Draw an arrow to the digit on the right. 3. If the next digit is 5 or more, like 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we add +1. If the next digit is 4 or less, just like 4, 3, 2, 1, or 0, we keep the same digit as it is. Example, round this number to the unit digit. So let's follow the steps. First step, we underline the unit digit. This is the unit digit. 2. We draw an arrow to the next digit. This is the next digit. We said that if it's 5 or more, we add +1. If it's 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, we add +1 to the underlined digit. If it's 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, we keep this digit the same. So here it's 5. So we add +1 and we ignore these digits to the right. So our number will be 249. So after rounding this number, we ignore all the digits to the right of it. Let's make another example. Round this number to the 10th digit. Following the steps, 1. Let's find our digit. It's 10th digit. This is our target, the 10th. What is the 10th? Here it is. So underline this digit. Then we look to the next digit, which is 4. So we said that it's either rounding up or rounding down. 4, it's less than 5. It's 4. We said that if it's 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4, it's rounding down. We don't add anything. We keep the number as it is. If it's 5 or more, we add +1. It's 4. So we keep the digit as it is, and then we ignore all the digits to the right of it. Okay, so we make, just like here, we cut the number. We cut the number to the right of our target digit. So it will be 19.5. In this case, we don't add anything. Why? Because it's rounding down. The number after it, it's 4 or less. Let's make one more example. Round this number to the 100th digit. So step 1, find our target digit, which is the 100th. Here it is. Underline it. Then look to the next digit. If it's 5 or more, we add +1 to our target digit. So here it's 7. We said that if it's 5 or more, 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9, we add +1 to the underlined digit. Then we ignore the digits to the right. We cut the number after the underlined digit. So here we add +1. So it will be 4.17. Now wrap up the explained ideas. We talked about approximation and rounding of a decimal number. We said that approximation of a decimal number is to cut this decimal number at the indicated digit. Like here, we have to approximate the number to the unit, so we cut this decimal number at its unit digit, so it will be 36. Similarly, if I want to approximate it to the 10th, just cut it at the 10th digit. Similarly, if I want to approximate it to the 100th, 10th, 100th, so we cut this number at the 100th place. So the approximation is all the numbers to the left, and we drop down the digits to the right. While if I want to make rounding of a number, we use approximation. So we cut the number, and we have to pay attention if we want to round up or round down. How? We look at the next digit. If it's 5 and above, we add +1 at the indicated digit. If it's 4 and below, we round down, so we keep the same digit. In rounding to the unit, the next digit is 5, so it's rounding up. We cut at the unit place and we add +1 to this digit, so it will be 37. Rounding to the 10th, we cut here, so it will be 36.5. Looking at the next digit, which is 2, so it's rounding down. We keep the same number, so it's 36.5. And finally, if we round this decimal number to the 100th, look at the 100th digit. Here it's 2, so we cut the number at 2. It will be 36.52, but we have to look to the next digit before dropping it down. It's 8, so it's rounding up. So in this case, we add +1 to 2, and we drop down 8. So it will be 36.53. By this, we finished our session. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.